majority of trafficking victims are between 18 and 24 years of age. It is estimated that human trafficking alone generates annual profits of around $32 billion.
When it comes to human trafficking, these are people locked in basements, chained up, they never see the light of day, they get hooked on drugs, you know, they're forced on drugs, and they're just trapped, and there's no escape.
What is happening right now? This has become the norm for American culture. This is how teenagers think of ourselves today.
It's $1,078 is what the average family with teenagers spends annually on prom. $1,078.
And you know, in 2012, America as a whole spent $6.6 billion.
How much do you think you spent on prom last year?
Probably around 600.
I don't even know how much you would spend on prom.
What dress did I wear? Okay, yeah, it was like $250.
Okay.
And then I had to buy shoes, and those were like $80, I think. Makeup and hair, I probably ended up spending around like $380.
Maybe like probably about $800. Overall, I probably spent about $400.
$300 in total.
Maybe $500 total.
I went fishing.
You went fishing? Why'd you go fishing?
It was a nice day. It's a hassle.
It's a hassle.
You have to like pick out the limo. You're like, oh, where do you want to eat? Like, where do you want to go? And everything like that. And I'd rather go fishing with Schnur.
And when you go to prom this year, would you be willing to give up some of the money that you normally spend on yourself for prom and donate it for a better cause?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Who wouldn't? Who would say no to that?
So here's the thing, and it's called promRED, right? And it's taking all this money that America uses for one night for us as a high school, and it's sending all that money to free slaves.
Yeah, there's emptiness behind it. It seems like there'd be a cool way to make it feel like there's a point behind the dancing.
Through promRED, we can turn that awareness into conviction, and then once we've got a generation with conviction, that'll turn into action, and that's how we get things done.
And if my prom money is going towards, or some of my prom money is going to saving some of these people that are enslaved that you guys were talking about, then I'll be dancing all night. I mean, I'll dance for the rest of my life. That's awesome.
The whole idea of promRED is spending the same amount of money that we typically do is whatever you said per family. Spending that same amount of money, cutting it in half. Using half the money for your tux, the girls their dresses, your limo, your venue, or I guess the school covers the venue, and your meal, you know, and put that other 50% towards promRED.
Sacrifice just one small thing from themselves, you know, just one night.
If we could cut back that much and then take some of that money, you know, that we didn't use and send it off towards all of these places that are literally taking these slaves out of, you know, where they're being forced to work, and bring them into freedom.
When we get a cause, I believe that our generation is the kind of generation that rallies around these things and gets stuff done.
Then the face of our high school starts to change, and then maybe, you know, who knows, God willing, that there's this sweep of a change in culture across, you know, America even, because kids are saying, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice for God's kingdom. I'm willing to sacrifice for these people. Here I am wearing this dress, and these women are, I mean, they can't even see the light of day, like you said. And I think that I just picture a change in our hearts as well with that sacrificial love, and I just see it as this huge movement, and it can happen.
We're the freedom fighters of our generation, you know, it's our time to step up.
It's taking 50% of what you have and giving it away and spending the rest of the 50%, and you can have a perfectly awesome time with 50% of that, you know?
Better time.
Better.
promRED is not going to actually, we're not going to take this money and actually go free the slaves ourselves. We're routing the money to organizations that are already in existence that go and prevent and rescue and restore.
It's like you said, cut the excess, not the access. We're still gonna have a prom, we're still gonna dance, we're still gonna have a party, we're just gonna have a reason for partying, a reason for dancing, and a reason for spending this money.
So it's an advancement of God's kingdom. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Done.
Let's turn promRED.